Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Step Up to the Mic. This is the place for aspiring and established speakers to take the stage, deliver their talks, and bring them directly to you. Today's featured speaker is the author of the self-help memoir, The JOAT, Life Lessons from a Jill of all trades. Please welcome to the show, to the stage, Kristin Massey.
Hello and welcome to this one-of-a-kind episode. During this episode, I'm going to scare myself. Now, the reason I'm going to do this is I want to prove a concept. The concept is leap and the net will appear. Or as I saw this morning on the Apple News crossword puzzle, attributed to Martin Luther King Jr., you don't have to see the whole staircase to take the first step. And that's what I'm doing. If you would have told me 6 months ago when my self-help book came out that I'd have to go on podcasts and ask questions about the book from a multitude of hosts, I would have been a little bit nervous. But I did it. I took one step at a time and made my blunders and learned from the experience. And 6 months later, it's very comfortable for me. Now, if you told me 2 weeks ago, I'd have to come on a podcast and forget about the questions to bolster myself up. I'd have to talk extemporaneously. I would be really nervous, and I am really nervous, but I want to do this so that I can prove to you that it's okay, even with the missteps and the blunders and anything that could go wrong. You can write yourself and it'll be okay. The reason I do this is for a particular body part of mine that just loves when I challenge myself. It's a body part that even tingles a little bit and grows when I stretch outside my comfort zone. That body part is right here in my forehead. If you drill down about 3 inches at a diagonal down, you will hit it. It's called my AMCC, the anterior mid-cingulate cortex. And it's it loves when I stretch myself and leap, and the net hopefully appears. It's a funny name, but it's got serious brain power. And guess what? You have an AMCC too. This is not just about me. This is about you. So I'd like to ask you a question. When's the last time you scared yourself? If it was 3 years ago at a city council meeting when you stood up for your neighbors, congratulations. And I'm glad you did the right thing. But I will have to tell you, it's time to do it again. Because the AMCC likes a workout and it likes it regularly. So next time you have an opportunity to do something that might be a little bit scary, I'm not talking about doing anything dangerous, but a little bit outside your comfort zone, I recommend you do it. Now, you may ask, well, what do I do? Well, I have an answer for that. What I want you to do, in order to choose what it will be, is to take out pen and paper, which I prefer, or a notes app on your phone, and write down the things that you're good at, or things you could improve at, or things that you've always wanted to do but haven't had an opportunity to do it. Once you have about 7 or 8 items on your list, what will pop out to you is something that you might want to try doing next. And if nothing pops out at you, we're going to have to bring out the big guns. And by that I mean your obituary. Sounds scary, right? But I recommend that everyone write their obituary out every 5 to 10 years. Once you start writing it out, it's no longer scary. But I want you to know that if you left the world tonight, I want you to see what you've done thus far. It will light a fire under you because you still have time left. And there are things I know you want to accomplish. And you will be able to once you take a good look at that. I did that about 10 years ago, and I was kind of underwhelmed with my obituary. What did it do? It got me to start putting things on the list and accomplishing them step by step. You could say, well, you know, I'm not an accomplisher. I just like to watch the world go by. Wrong. You see celebrities, you see politicians, you see people every day on all the platforms going outside their comfort zone. If I told you that Oprah Winfrey, Michael Jordan, Richard Branson of Virgin Airlines were all very insecure and didn't think that they'd make a mark on the world initially, you'd be surprised, right? But the only difference between us and celebrities is they're willing to get a little bit more uncomfortable a little bit more often than we all are. If you try to do it and decide that you're going to do it, you will be amazed at what happens to your AMCC. Your anterior midcingular cortex will get strong like it's in the gym, and it will promote more risk taking. I'm not saying dangerous risk taking. It will want more and you will achieve more. Taylor Swift achieved more and challenged herself more by the age of 11 than most of us do at 35 years old. Now, I referenced a self-help book. It's called The JOAT, Life Lessons from a Jill of All Trades. And in it, I recommend that everyone does these three things. They're called the three cliches. Notice I didn't say cliches, I said three cliches: passion, perseverance, and putting it out there. And the reason I kind of make fun about it because there's nothing new under the sun in self-help. And I want everyone to know that I'm not taking myself too seriously, but I'm very serious about you living your best life. So passion, perseverance, and putting it out there, the three cliches. Get a little bit outside your comfort zone. You will not regret it. And when you look at that list of yours, I want you to know that you can skill stitch. That's another concept in the book, which will, if you read it, you'll get it. And that's for another podcast. Skill stitching is putting all your talents and abilities together in a way that gives you your personal superpower. So we've gone from me stumbling to me stumbling a little bit more, but I'm still alive. And if you're still with me, thanks for coming on the journey with me. And I hope that you will take me with you in your next challenge. As the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air once said, that is Mr. Will Smith before the slap heard around the world. On the other side of fear is bliss.
Wow, that was really, really great. You have the most incredible voice. You really, really do. Folks, author Kristin Massey, author of the self-help memoir, The JOAT, Life Lessons from a Jill of All Trades. Uh, that was amazing. I can tell that you really live by this passion, perseverance, and putting it out there.
Thank you. I do. And very good for getting the three cliches right, Corey.
Well, as I'm sitting here listening to it and you're talking about the three cliches, I'm like, that's exactly how you approached coming on this podcast, which is kind of unique. You just said, hey, you know what? This is really cool. This is different. Let's give it a shot. And you just went for it, didn't you?
I did. I did. I didn't know what was going to happen, but that's the beauty of it.
I love it. I love it. The skill stitching. Now that's taken everything that I'm good at or everything that I like, or can you give me a little bit more on that one, just in terms of how do I know which skills?
Yeah, it's going back to your list that I recommend that you write. It can be something you don't even know how to do yet, but it's something that you've always wanted to do and haven't gotten a chance to do it. And I recommend that you add that to your skill stitch, to your skill set in whatever way you can do it. And that will eventually set you apart from everyone at work, everyone in business, and it will just make you unique and powerful. That's what I advocate for in skill stitching.
Nice. Okay. Now the book, The Jote, Life Lessons from a Jill of All Trades. Obviously, you've probably gotten this question a million times, but where does the idea of the Jill of all trades kind of come from, and why write this book?
Well, as I say in the book, the jack of all trades or Jill of all trades used to be kind of an insult because, it meant you weren't the goat. You weren't the greatest of all time in any one area. But we can't all be the goat. And, you might as well be the jote. Come in second, have an amazing life, very variegate what you do, and go out there and just keep trying because this AMCC I'm talking about is a real part of your brain and it actually grows and encourages you to do more. And life is more interesting when you're a little bit braver. You'll have many more experiences that you wouldn't have cowering in the corner.
Nice. And where does this come from? This need to like go out there and just keep trying new things. Is this something that you developed when you were younger? Is this something that hit you when you were older? Where's it come from?
I had so many interests as a kid and I knew I had to do kind of one at a time. So I started in music and then I got into recipe development. And then I got into comedy. One thing led to the other. It's not like I was, oh no, what do I do next? It was a very gentle river that took me to each particular thing. And about a year and a half ago, I was sitting trying to think what I should do next. So I started a book of short stories. And during that book, I was told, not out loud, but internally, to write the JOAT, Life Lessons from a Jill of All Trades, because I felt that all my experiences put together would help people. And I deal with failure in the book and I deal with success in the book. And it's really a big love letter to readers to get them out there and to live their best life.
That's just fantastic. I love the idea behind it. I love what you're doing. And that was a really great talk. And I can tell you've been on stage before.
A couple times.
Yeah, yeah, you have a presence about you, so I could tell as soon as you started. But very well done. Really enjoyed it. Yeah, Kristen, where can people reach you, find out more about you, find your book?
They can read all about the book at www.thejotebook.com. You can follow me on X at The Jote Book, and you can find me on LinkedIn, Kristin Massey, and on any of those platforms. I'd love to engage with you.
All right, I love that. Thejotebook.com. Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. All right, Kristen, thank you for coming on here and just powering this out. It was absolutely wonderful. Love the talk, and thank you for being here and putting yourself out there, just like you're asking everybody else to do. You were great.
It was my pleasure. Thank you for inviting me.
You got it. All right, folks. That has been another spectacular episode of Step Up to the Mic. If you're an aspiring or current speaker and you want to bring your talk to the masses, message us today. Never stop talking and help us help you to step up to the mic.